albums that I've listened to over the years. As you can see, almost hip-hop lahat ng albums na nandito cause these were the first albums that I've listened to. Like, yeah, we'll talk about it later. Um, yeah, these were the first albums I've listened to. Um, Regarding bakit ngayon lang ako nag-post kasi got busy with life, got busy with art, got busy with music, got busy with everything. So, ngayon lang ako ulit nakagawa and I know na wala naman nakikinig nito so just doing this for myself para may masabing ginawa ako today. So, yeah, these are the albums that we will talk about. J. Dilla's Donuts, J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only, Pusha T's Daytona, Bee Gees, Ready to Die, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West, The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest, Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang Clan, Good Kid Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, Revenge of the Dreamers by Dreamville, The Record by Boy Genius, Illmatic by Nas, Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper, Straight Outta Compton by NWA, Astroworld by Travis Scott, Barcode by Price Tag, Heartbreak Season by Because, Without Warning by Metro Boomin, Offset, and 21 Savage, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill, Bigotillo by Parokya ni Edgar, and What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Okay, let's start with Donuts by Jay Dilla. I'm gonna put it at great. Um, Great for me kasi parang nakukulangan ako ng vocal chops. I know this is an instrumental album but it doesn't hit quite hard like Blue in Green by Miles Davis which pag-uusapan natin in the future but J. Dilla's Donuts I really love it but it's not the goat of goats because parang wala siyang iconic moment for me. Um, J. Dilla's Donuts, um, nagpapakita siya ng magaling na production throughout the album. I really love the story about or story behind the album. Essentially, I think ito yata yung pinakahuling album ni J Dilla. And yeah, I've put it on great because I really love the production chops, how he samples different things. I really love the push and pull na ginagawa niya throughout his beats and of course yung Dilla time na signature niya na palagi. I really love how drunk and off-kilter, wonky yung mga drums niya. I really love this album and it's an iconic album and for me, it's a great album. Since ito yung pinakaunang album na ni-rate ko, pwede pa siyang magbago, pwede pa siyang magpalit kasi medyo, yeah, hindi pa final yan, is what I'm saying. So, next is J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only. I think I would put it on good or I think great. And then J. Dilla's Donuts. No, I think it's great. Above average. Now, bakit great yung For Your Eyes Only? Firstly is ang ganda ng narrative ng album. I love what it represents. I love the narrative. I love the theme of um essentially ito yung story ng kaibigan ni J. Cole from their place, and it really it really shows the black oppression. It shows gang activities, what it entails, anong kapalit pag pumasok ka sa gang activities. While a I'm not an African American person myself, I can appreciate the story that it tells, and I think that it's an album that's impactful, especially the last song, For Your Eyes Only. Um, it really hit me in the feels and talagang pinaisip niya ako. I really love how the album handles the story of the guy that J. Cole is talking about. He handled it well, and it's not in a fashion na super gimmicky siya, or it's not in a fashion na it's corny. Really great if it's really great. The thing um that detracts it from being excellent is one song, it's Folding Clothes. While I really love, or maganda yung song, but and it fits the narrative, I think the execution could be done better. I think the execution could be better kasi parang it's a big thematic shift, or it's a big soundscape shift coming um from the other songs before it. But yeah, it's still really great. And sinasabi nila na dud yung Folding Clothes, but for me it's not. It's it's a good song, but it has its flaws, but I really loved it. And yeah, Daytona is excellent. Una ko 'tong pinakinggan, I think, nabilib ako sa galing ni Pusha T, and I've become a fan ever since. It's my first album listening to Pusha T. Um, I really love yung production nito. Alam ko Kanye West had a hand in this. I really love how Kanye used soul sample chops. I really love Pusha T's verse, how hard hitting, how braggadocious. Ang galing lang ni Pusha T when it comes to hook rap, when it comes to braggadocious rap. Um, yeah, that's all I can say for Pusha T's Daytona. Ready to Die is goat for me. Um, ang daming memorable moments from this album. First off, yung dalawang burglar na pinatay, or yung phone call ni Biggie kay P. Diddy or kay Puff. Um, my favorite um, thing is Sega Nintendo. I mean, the Sega Genesis and Nintendo line. I really love that. Juicy is my favorite song from this album. Um okay, when I'm listening to this album in public, I skip the intro cuz it's kind of awkward listening to it if you think about it. But the album itself is great, and I love the flows of Biggie. I love all the songs. I love the production. So it's GOAT. It's just perfect in a different. But yeah, I Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is great. Um, it has its great moments like All of the Lights, like Power, um, and many more. I can't list all of them because I forget them. Of course, Devil in a New Dress, um, Runaway with that great Pusha T verse or that Devil in a New Dress sample, the Rick Ross luxury rap. Devil in a New Dress is has high highs as they say and low lows. While I enjoy yung mga songs on the tail end of the album, or enjoy them, but it's not on the level of the first songs to come here, like the Nicki Minaj verse from Monster. Like there's so many features that did their job well. Ang daming mga rappers na dito lumabas yung peak nila when it comes to rapping. Jay-Z's verse on that one song, I forgot. So that's it. So let's proceed to the next album. Low End Theory is um excellent. Or no, it's GOAT. I've read something or I've listened to someone say that um this album revolutionized hip hop in terms of it using bass. Like Low End Theory from the name itself, they sample different songs and then they use a filter and then kinakat nila yung frequencies na essentially yung bass lang tinitira nila. So, with that out of the way, um, bakit ko to nagustuhan? First off, the vibe itself. Like, from my first listen, wala kang, walang standout song, but it's not a bad thing. Because the whole album is an experience na kakaiba. Jazzy, so funky. It's it's really a vibe. Like kakaiba siya. Hindi ko ma-explain in words but I really love how they use drums. I love how they use um, the rapping chops like how naga-alternate si Q-Tip and Five. I love the use of low end. Essentially, the low end makes it really vibey and funky. If you listen to some songs and you cut the high end, essentially you'll get a funky bass. Lalo na kung yung songs na yan is soul, funk, you'll get a bass and then just add a simple a simple hip hop beat, it's gonna be funky as fuck. Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers is perfect or GOAT for me. Um, Dito naglaban-laban yung different MCs like Ghostface Killah, Old Dirty Bastard, Method Man, and lahat ng members ng Wu-Tang and then produced by RZA. I mean, wala ka nang hahanaping iba dito sa album na 'to, like, the production is good, the rapping is good, um, like, wala ka nang hihingin. My favorite song coming from this album is Scream. Cash rules everything around me. Like catchy. Tapos ang aangas pa nila mag-rap. Like walang butas sa grupo ng Wu-Tang. And especially here, I also love Tears. I essentially this album or Wu-Tang is like um they are competing in a song, but still it's collaborative. It's a cool mix of both worlds wherein they push themselves to be better, and then the album is cohesive. It's like it's rugged, it's so gritty. I really love this album. Next is Good Kid Mad City. Excellent. Now, it's not perfect because yung deluxe edition parang medyo parang it's dragged out on the end songs, but it's still good. I really love the song from the deluxe edition, the one with Mary J. Blige. Una ko siyang napakinggan is from NBA 2K14. At least that song only. And then I've listened to Damn, and then To Pimp a Butterfly, and then this. What I can say about this album is every song is a banger. Like on Spotify, I was like liking all of the songs because all of the songs are a banger. All of the songs, and isama mo pa dun yung narrative niya, showing the showing how showing showing how Compton operates, like yung story niya from Compton. Like it's really one syempre alam naman natin na magaling si Kendrick, and it's a top 2 album of his if I think about it, but I put it on excellent because I think that medyo drag out yung album on the tail end. But it doesn't handicap it so much that it warrants downgrade upon the tiers. Poetic Justice, collab from Drake and Kendrick Lamar. There's so many songs. Man Trees, um, Drank, Swimming Pools. Like there's so much albums. I mean, there's so much songs that is a banger from Good Kid, Mad City. Revenge of the Dreamers is excellent. I really enjoyed it. I know it's a compilation album. And is it a hot take to say that it's better than MBDTF? I think it is a better album than MBDTF because I feel like it's cohesive, even though it's a compilation album. Cohesive in a way that the tracks complement each other. I love the production. It's so um, abstract, and then the artist really brought their A game. My favorite track is Got Me. Minemorize ko pa nga yung verse dun yung lalaki before Drizzy. I forgot his name. But for a compilation album that features as many artists as this Revenge of the Dreamers have, it's cohesive, it's fun, I love it. So there's that. Okay, next is The Record by Boy Genius. It's good. Um it's I really love the singing chops here. It's really great, but I'm a hip hop head. So I tend to forget some songs here because I've listened to a lot of albums. But okay, I'm gonna put it at great. No. Is it better than MBDTF? Or is it on par with MBDTF? No. So I put it at good. Um it's it's not a knock on the album. It's not my preference, but I love the song about 20 dollars, about the song about thanking someone that they are paid and stuff. I can't remember, but I love that song too. um yeah, I can't say a bad thing about this album, but it's not perfect. And I think MBDTF has great moments, so I put it at good. Filmatic is perfect. Um, I'm gonna be honest. If there are no lyrics, I wouldn't be able to understand the words because from on the first listen, I was very distracted. But as I listened to Filmatic, it grew on me, and this is critically acclaimed. And putting it lower than a perfect is criminal to me. Like, it's literally known as the best hip hop album of all time. So there's that. Regarding the album itself, of course the production by Q-Tip was really great. Um, the flow of Nas, the punchlines, the pen game of Nas, like I could I couldn't ask for more stuff. Like, it's a complete album from production to pen game to the vibe. Like, you could play this album anywhere, and on the aux, on the headphones. Like like there's no weakness in this album. Like, life's a bitch, and then the memorable quotable quotes of sleep is the cousin of death. Like, there's so many moments from this album. Okay, next is Chance the Rapper's coloring book. Now, I'm gonna put it at good. These are not ordered in any way. And the tiers, it's just tier. Okay, ang nagustuhan ko sa album na 'to is how it handles gospel when it comes to hip hop. Like, I'm not a devout Christian, and sa totoo lang ayoko pumupunta sa church. I don't like going to mass, but this album made gospel songs cool and listenable. Like, How Great Is Your Love. Like, it has some um pop inclination, like the song with Wiz Khalifa. It has um the song with Juke Jam, Justin Bieber. I love that. Even though people will say that they don't love that, but I love it. I love that song. My favorite song from this is that song about same drugs. Yes, that's my favorite song. I loved his vocals there. I love I love his vocals there. I love his rapping. I love the subject matter of we are not of growing up, saying that we are not the same people as we've used to be. I really love it. I really fell in love when I saw the music video coming from that song. Like, this I'm the kind of person um to to be easily amazed by stuff because I don't know. But yeah, there's so many great songs, blessings, like Chance the Rapper. I really love his catalog. I haven't listened to the Big Day. They say that's a bad album, but I'm looking forward to listening to Acid Rap and that other one album, Straight Outta Compton. Is oh, it's better than MBDTF. I know it's in the same category. You know, okay. Going back to For Your Eyes Only, I just wanna say that if if it doesn't have the substance and message it has, sonically speaking, I would just put it on the good tier. But it made me legit think about myself. So let's talk about Straight Outta Compton by NWA. Of course, one of the most important hip hop albums of all time. Actually, I've watched the the movie the movie of the same name, Straight Outta Compton. I really loved it. You should watch it if you haven't. Regarding this album, I've it could have been excellent if it weren't for that beat, because I don't vibe with that beat. It's great. What talking about is on the tail end of the album, the one with DJ Yella, I think. But of course, Straight Outta Compton, um, Fuck the Police. Um, what are the songs from Straight Outta Compton? Um, wait, let me check. Like Fuck the Police, Gangsta Gangsta. Um, yeah, what I'm talking about was Something to Dance to and Quiet on the Set. Dope Man is great. Something like that. 8 Ball remix. Like Fuck the Police was a monumental moment in hip hop. And yeah, Straight Outta Compton is really catchy. It's gangsta. Like this album makes you feel like you're a gangsta even though you're not a gangsta. Like just walking, having this on earphones, parang mafe-feel mo na ikaw yung pinakamalakas na naglalakad on that street. Like I'm so far away from being a gangsta. Like I haven't even hurt someone yet physically. Okay, next we're talking about is Astroworld. I'm gonna put it at good. I think great. Like, okay, just to say, walang album dito ang mid, bad, or trash. Kasi yung taste ko um, madali nga ako ma-amaze, madali ako mabilib sa mga stuff. Kaya, huwag kayong mag-expect ng um, mid, bad, and trash. And these are my favorite albums. So, yeah, going back to Astroworld, let me see the songs. Um, Stargazing is a great intro. It's this album is very vibey. Like it's putting you on a trance. It's a psychedelic rap. I really love this. I know I'm ulit-ulit ko na lang sinasabing I really love this album. But yeah, so Stop Trying to Be God, Sicko Mode, of course, with Drake. I I'm the biggest Drake hater, and but I really love that song. No, Kendrick is the biggest Drake hater. Like Yosim, my favorite song from here is Coffee Bean. It's a boom bap track. Um, I've lurked on Reddit and sinasabi nila na this is a metaphor for going outside the from going outside as the world. Like ito yung pangbanlaw mo because almost all of this is psychedelic, and then pupunta tayo sa Coffee Bean, which is chill boom bap hip hop record. Like totoo lang, when I listen to albums, I can't say what is my favorite kasi pinapakinggan ko siya as a, because I judge it as a whole rather than by songs. So kung meron man song na nag-stand out sa akin, um, that means it's a super catchy song, it's a mainstream song. So, yeah. Next is Barcode by Price Tag. It's gonna say good. Okay, I know sinabi ko walang mid dito kasi it's on the fine line of being mid to good. So, I alam ko na madaming hindi nakakaalam sa album na 'to. It's a Pinoy hip-hop album made by Price Tag, a member of the Shots Fired Cartel. So, um, wait lang, search natin. Barcode. Okay, yung pinaka-hit song dito is yung Kontrabida with CLR. My favorite songs from this album is Eksena, Kontrabida, but Kontrabida, I've played it so much that nagsawa na ako dito sa song na 'to. So, favorite songs are Eksena with Psychedelic Boys. Maganda, pakinggan niyo 'to. Underrated ng song na 'to. Um, yung song na Eksena, it's a hype up song, and like I really gustong-gusto ko yung boses ni OG Mac dito. Like ang galing. Mapapabilib ka talaga, mapapa-hype up ka. Tapos Cartel with Don Pau, my favorite too. Kapag pinakinggan mo talaga si Don Pau, napaka-accessible pero deep. Pero ang galing ng mga punchline niya. Mapapaisip ka talaga. Hindi siya mapapaisip in terms of introspection, but mapapaisip ka in terms of ang galing niya magsulat ng mga punchline, ang galing niya magsulat ng basta punchline, si Don Pau. Kung panoorin niyo yung battle niya laban si Lipcram Championship sa Bahay Katay, i-search niyo yon, panoorin niyo. Suportahan niyo yung hip-hop sa Pilipinas. Mapapabilib ka talaga kay Don Pao. Magaling yung mga metaphors niya. Hindi lang masasabi natin hindi siya magaling pagdating sa flow, pagdating sa delivery. Hindi siya bano, pero hindi naman siya ganun ka-versatile when it comes to flow, when it comes to delivery. Pero pag punchline talagang salpukan, the best si Don Pao. Easy is as much as I love Chris Delano, medyo nababaduyan na ako sa song na 'to. Kasi it's so raunchy, pero hindi siya raunchy in a way na classy, parang anal type shit siya. Alpha Sino Remix, Baduy. Questionable yung mga ibang lines dito. Kaya ayoko. Ay, hindi pala. Ito pala, What You Say pala yung sinasabi ko. Alpha Sino is mid. What You Say in of itself is a great song. Pero nung nilabas yung remix ang Baduy, She Loves Me by JP Bacalyan and Price Tag is good. Wala na akong masasabi pa dyan. Back in the days, I love this song, boom bap na na song. And my favorite song is Celebration with Donji. Donji is one of the best MC na paborito ko. Punchline, metaphors. Like, siya yung pinakamagaling pagdating doon. Wala ka nang hahanapin pa. I think yung mga ibang sulat ni Price Tag galing kay Donji eh. Pero hindi ko sigurado. All in all, Barcode album, merong mga duds katulad ng Eksena, yung mga sinabi ko kanina, and nakukulangan ako sa production side, nakukulangan ako sa pagkaklase. Kung papakinggan mo yung mga ibang western songs, western albums, may cohesion, merong merong thing na kapag inisip mo 'tong album na 'to, ito yung maaalala mo. Pero pagdating dito, parang nakukulangan ako dun. And yun nga, yung mga parang songs na parang nilagay lang diyan para nandiyan. Katulad ng What You Say. Like, What You Say, talaga ito yung nagpapasira ng album na 'to. And don't get me started on Barcode 2, pero pag-usapan natin yan sa susunod. Okay. Okay, last 5. Heartbreak Season is great. Lahat ng song dito ay paborito ko and wala na akong hahanapin pa. Hindi ko pa sinasabi yun. Okay, dito nagsha-shine naman si Chris Delano sa gilid. Dito ka lang sa gilid. Dito ka lang sa gilid. Like, ang paborito ko kay Chris Delano ay yung flow niya. Napaka-abstract ng flow niya. Kaya kapag nag-freestyle ako or nag-rap ako, siya yung ginagaya ko. And okay, let's talk about the overall album first. Essentially yung soundscape nito is parang vibes ng melodic hip hop, melodic trap. Tapos ang masasabi ko dito sa album na to is napaka heart-wrenching, napaka papaisip ka talaga tungkol sa love. Like, it's heartbreak season talaga. Alam ko pare, yung mga sinasabi ko parang empty shit. Kasi freestyle ko lang to sinasabi. So, sorry kung sino man manonood nito. Favorite song ko dito is Marlboro Black. It's a staple ni Because, ang Marlboro Black. And Marlboro Black 2, kung papakinggan nyo yung Heartbreak Season 2, ang ganda. Isa pang nagustuhan ko dito is Sabihin Mo Na with FTD. Sino kasi si Oh, yes, si FTD. Napaka nagko-compliment sila ni Because dito. Sabihin mo na, sabihin mo na, wala nang iba. Yeah, yeah. Napakanta tuloy ako. Pero, yon Puyat with Nicole Angela adding that sing-songy vibe, adding that trap soul vibe. Kung ilalagay natin to sa category, isa to sa trap soul. Wala kan kasi sa hip hop dito sa Pilipinas, more on trap soul, more on rap, more on um love songs ang hip hop dito, lalo na yung mga mainstream. I think kasi yung mga Pilipino mahilig talaga sa love songs yan eh. Kaya almost kapag gusto mong maging mainstream dito sa Pilipinas, ang subject matter mo is all about love. Hindi naman 'to, um, hindi naman 'to nagde-detract sa album, pero sa tingin ko itong album na 'to is, um, ay medyo shallow yung pagka-delve niya when it comes to love. And oo nga pala, meron tayong pag-uusapang album na nagde-delve deep when it comes to love. So yeah, that's it. Marlboro Black by Because. Next is Without Warning. Is It's great. I think I'm gonna put Barcode in mid kasi I don't think na ah, ang hirap. Yeah. Yeah, mid. Do I think it's mid? I don't think it's mid. It's above mid. I think I'm gonna add. I think I'm gonna add a new tier. I think it's gonna call it better. Better. Kasi hindi ko din naman masabing mid siya. Kasi yung highs niya is good and yung lows niya naman is pinaka-low, pero di mo siya masasabing mid eh. Pero di mo din siya masasabing on the level siya ng Coloring Book or yung The Record by Boy Genius. Okay, going back to Without Warning. So search muna natin ang Without Warning. Okay, favorite song is Ric Flair Drip. Um, Walang tapon dito, lahat ng mga songs is maganda. Ghostface Killers is a great intro. Ric Flair Drip, story time. Yung crush ko, yung crush ko, favorite niya yung Ric Flair Drip. Kaya, naging favorite ko na din. Pero favorite ko pa rin siya dati. Darth Vader is underrated or it's not. Tignan mo kung ilang streams, 47 million. Pero comparing it to Ric Flair Drip, underrated siya. Rap Saved Me is great. Like Mad Stalkers, Mike Chapa, Hate People. Like, yun. Like lahat dito maganda kaya excellent siya. Diba? Next. Okay. Alam ko madami nang nasa GOAT category. Pero kung iisipin mo, perfect yung mga albums na yun eh. So, ito na tayo. Ito yung album na sinasabi kong um, delves deep into love more rather hindi katulad nung kay Because. Like, maririnig mo yung mga snippets. Maririnig mo yung mga snippets, yung mga skits, yung nasa classroom sila, tapos, or I don't know, kasi ang nafe-feel ko sa vibe is not a classroom but more on a Bible study, pero nakasulat naman Miss Education. So, yon. Kasi yung song, yung themes niya is talking about God, talking about religion, and 'di ba ito 'Tong album na 'to is kinda a diss album to dun sa asawa ni Lauryn Hill kasi parang iniwan siya and 'di ba ito yun yung To Zion yung kantang 'yan is talking about yung 'di ba yung industry sinasabi sa kanya na i-abort mo yung anak mo kasi, hindi maganda sa karera mo 'yan, hindi maganda 'yan, para mas mahihirapan ka. Pero she chose the high road of keeping her son. Now, I'm not gonna go into abortion territory, pero I think it's not, uh, an anti-abortion song. I think it's a song that delves deeper on her choosing to keep her child. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that kasi medyo sensitive yung matter na yun and yung opinion ko dun is not needed. This is a music channel or an opinion channel pero hindi ako political channel or stuff like that. So, when it hurts, like, walang tapon to eh. Lahat maganda. Everything is everything. Can't take my eyes off of you. Alam ko, may original song nito. Pero, one of my favorite films, 10 Things I Hate About You. Um, yeah, it uses this song. And kita mo, isa siya sa mga most played. Do up that thing, that thing, that thing. Yeah, it's my favorite. Um, medyo hindi ako agree or hindi naman medyo agree. But, oh yeah, I agree with the message. Kasi it talks about people, how do I say this? It talks about um I can't talk for shit. Pero essentially sinasabi niya na mag-ingat ka kasi baka looks lang ang gusto niya sa'yo, sex lang ang gusto niya sa'yo. Pero 'di ba, yeah, like lahat maganda dito, "Forgive them, Father, for I know that they do." Forgive them. It has reggae chops. So 'yun, napag-usapan na natin. Bigotillo is my favorite album. OPM album of all time. Pakinggan nyo. Ayun, yan. I can't spell for shit, but yeah. So, what is this album essentially? So, ang nagustuhan ko sa, okay, itong album na to is parang may alumni homecoming. Tapos, parang ibabalik ka niya talaga sa high school days mo. Kung tatanungin mo ako kung ano ang nakikita ko kapag naririnig ko 'tong album na 'to, parang bumabalik talaga ako sa pagka-high school ko. Una pa lang, tang-ina yung alumni homecoming, yung gaano kasakit yung babaeng mahal mo is yung from high school, nag-homecoming kayo, nag-reunion kayo, ta's nakita mo meron na siyang asawa at anak. Tapos nagre-regret ka na hindi mo siya na hindi mo siya pinursue or stuff like that. Tsokolate is a beautiful metaphor of using chocolate and trust. Parang sinasabi dito, kapag ang tsokolate kinain, di mo na mababalik. Pakinggan mo tong album na 'to. Hindi mo pa napapakinggan. Chikinini, one of the best. Lahat sinasabi ko one of the best. Mr. Suave, Tsaka na Lang. Tapos yung mga skits nakakatawa, yung Something in Common, yung Time Mo, Pesticide, Tedhana, underrated song. Tignan mo, 555 listens lang. 555,000 listens lang. Of course, ang pinaka mega hit blockbuster dito is yung Your Song. which is natutunan ko na hindi pala siya kasama dati sa album talaga, parang inad lang siya sa huli. Ang nag-compose nito alam ko si wait lang, si Gab, oo si Gab. Si Gab ang nag-compose nito. Pero 'di ba, tapos si Gab maririnig, eto medyo bobo kasi ako sa pakikinig ng music. Like hindi ko na papakinggan yung mga intricacies. Like nagfo-focus ako sa vocals kasi ewan ko, bobo ako eh. So papakinggan mo sa your song or yung mga backing vocals ng parokya ni Edgar Sigab. Like hindi ko naririnig 'yon. Simula nung bumili ako ng magandang headphones, kaya invest in good headphones kung audiophiles kayo. Alam ko bobo ako when it comes to shit, but yun lang yung masasabi ko, kakaiba talaga. Like invest kayo sa medyo matibay, matibay at magandang headphones na magtatagal sa inyo. Okay, that advertisement aside, let's talk about the next album o last album. Okay, next album is What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Yeah. Yeah. Wala, ang sasabihin ko lang dito is classic, 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 classic. Pakinggan mo 'to, jives, wala ka nang hahanapin pang iba. What? Pero totoo, Special to Me, My Flame, Love Won't Wait, Can't Say Goodbye, Come to Me. Sinasabi ko na lang lahat, pati yung Kalimba song. Like, dung 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 dung. Like, producers, i-sample niya yan. Tapos, i-clear niyo yung sample. Gamitin niyo, magaling yung gamit ng percussion something na instrument. Yeah, cohesive siya, parang okay, story time again. Una ko 'tong pinakinggan 'tong album na 'to is galing ako from school, tapos kasi bobo ako, eh, na mahiyain ako, eh. Mahiyain ako to the point na, hindi ko kayang tumawag ng tricycle. Ang ginawa ko is nilusong ko yung ulan, basang-basa ako habang pinapakinggan ko 'tong What You Won't Do for Love. Isipin mo basang-basa ka, ang naririnig mo My Flame, ang naririnig mo warm, um, warm songs kapag parang niyayakap ka sa heart pero ang lamig ng ulan. So, yun lang, yun ang bobo ako, nakita nyo. Akala ko parang ipa-publish niya pa puwede kong anuhin, pero ito na yun. Meron ba kayong masasabing disagreement, sabihin niyo sa akin. Let's talk about it in the comments. And yun lang. See you sa part 2 or kung anong video man yung maisip ko. Regarding images, images. Kasi nakita ko yung square image eh. Regarding videos, I'm thinking gagawa ako ng um, thing about a video essay about one of my favorite albums, Adventure by Momoko Kikuchi. Ang kaibahan niya dito is this video is freestyle, habang yun naman is my script, tapos e-edit ko ng maayos. Pero hindi ko alam kasi matrabaho mag-edit ng video. Pero yun, isipin nyo nagpa-podcast lang ako sa ganito. I just say what my heart just wanna say. So yun, hopefully mas magaling na ako sa part 2. I'm thinking mag-research na ako when it comes to part 2. So yeah, See you next video.